Luke 6:45. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good, and an evil man out of the evil treasures of his heart brings forth evil. For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. What is in your heart? Are you full of God, or are you full of yourself? Are you full of God, or are you full of yourself? I started with the story of Joseph, and I want to round up with Joseph. Genesis chapter 50, verse 15 to 21. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, "Perhaps Joseph will hate us and may actually repay us for all the evil which we did to him." So they sent messengers to Joseph, saying, "Before your father died, he commanded." Now they're lying. Before your father died, he's now your father, it's not our father. Yeah, your father. It is where people can lie. Before your father died, he commanded, saying, "Thus you shall say to Joseph, I beg you, please forgive the trespass of your brothers and their sin, for they did evil to you. Now please forgive the trespass of the servant of the God of your father." And Joseph wept. Look at his response. Joseph wept when they spoke to him. Then his brother also went and fell down before his face, and they said, "Behold, we are your servant." Verse 19. Joseph said to them, "Do not be afraid, for am I in the place of God? Because I'm now full of God. But as for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring it about it this day, to save many people alive. Now therefore do not be afraid. I will provide for you and your little ones." And he comforted them and spoke kindly to them. What kind of heart did he have? How many of us will be in Joseph's shoes and will reply the way Joseph did? Will show kindness? The boy was full of God. Full of God. He resisted the advances of Potiphar's wife because he feared God. Nothing else was the fear of God. His response to life issues, God. Wisdom flowed out of Joseph. Because why? He was full of God. The counsel he gave, wise. Kindness flowed out of him. Compassion flowed out of him. When he had the opportunity to revenge, did he? No. He showed kindness. He put their money back in their bags. He was full of God. His righteousness made him to be the prime minister. From prison to palace within 24 hours. Took off the prison clothes. Now, the prime minister. He was full of God. If he wasn't full of God, they won't make him head in Potiphar's house. Nobody will make him head in the prison. His response to life issues was just different. Many of us will be bitter and angry with life, with God, with everybody. Because why? It never deserved to go to Potiphar's house to be a slave boy. He never deserved to be in the prison. Why? All he did was say no to someone that wanted him to commit sin. And he ended up in prison. But what did he do? He allowed the God in him to respond to every life issues. He wasn't bitter. If he was bitter, he won't answer the butler and the baker. He won't say, "Oh, let me help you. I have my own issues too. You two mind your own business." No. So what problems do you have? That's compassion. That's kindness. That's the heart. He was full of righteousness. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Filled with what? Righteousness. They will be on the right side of God. I close with this. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 10. Say to the righteous, it shall be well with them, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. I pray for you that it shall be well with you. As you hunger and thirst for righteousness, you will be filled. And God will make everything well for you. Every area of your life, it shall be well. In your marriage, it shall be well. In your business, it shall be well. In your finances, it shall be well. In your career, it shall be well. Over the life of your children, it shall be well. In everything that you do, it shall be well with you. In your health, it shall be well with you. The God that you filled yourself with will make sure everything is well with you in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's